Hello guys and gals, and welcome back to another episode of Deep Web Browsing, Dank Web Browsing, Dark Web Browsing, whatever you want to call it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode number 108. Now, without a doubt, we have reached, well, over 107 episodes at this point, if my records prove right. And as always, we don't have exactly a theme for this video, but, we'll just find what we can. It's a lovely Sunday, back to the basics. And seeing what we find on the danker side of the internet. That being said, the cringy intro, which, by the way, I haven't recorded one of these for 2 weeks. Actually, I had the last two recorded in advance. That's why the little delayed intros here. But that being said, sit back, relax. Welcome back to another episode of Dank Web Browsing. Let's go into our very first website. This is Hacker Assassin, by the way. I must say, that actual fucking intro was recorded, I think, 4 times. What you saw was actually the least cringy out of all of them, believe it or not. But here we have Hacker Assassins, and I fucking believe I've shown you this before because of the background, but then again, I think this is like a Shutterstock background. Now, I actually don't know why they have a band or something, like, in this stock photo, like, what the fuck's that all about? But here we have Hackers Assassin. We, the League of Assassins, a group of white, gray, and black hat hackers dedicated to complete all kinds of requests anonymously and guaranteed. Now, I don't want to get any awe of an actual hacker group. Hey, if you're all legit hacker assassins, by all means, do what you do. I'm just here to look at your website because I stumbled upon that shit. So here we've got a hire now, a big purple button. We'll click on that. In fact, I'll open that shit. Oh, fuck. Just going to open up a brand new one. Of course, oh, we got the other. Actually, let's look at this real quick. You got the first name, last name, email, Bitcoin address, or track transaction ID, and the project description. Now, as you post it, they'll actually send you the information back. And, they'll let you know if they can do it, and they'll quote you a price, which is probably more realistic than I'd say a lot of other hacker groups where they have like a flat rate. How can it really be a flat rate depending on the gig, right? But over here, they claim to be able to hack Facebook, Gmail, iPhone, Android, WhatsApp, Linux. Now, I don't know the extent of how much they can hack these devices because, as far as I know, iPhone, at least, because of the closed nature, is pretty damn secure. But then again, exploits pop up every day. I believe the iPhone that I was using actually popped up with a patch, like a full-on like iOS update, because they said these devices could be hacked just by Wi-Fi, by being on the same unsecured Wi-Fi network or anything like that. I think they could like hack your phone via the Contacts application or something like that. I'll have to read more on what Apple actually said, like was the security breach. But here it says, what our clients say about us. This is some testimonial shit. I get hired to hack into computers now, and sometimes it's actually easier than it was years ago. And being an experienced hacker, I thought I know everything, but this website proved me wrong and taught me a lot of stuff that I haven't heard about previously. And that was posted by Anonymous. If you go to the right, Anonymous writes, definitely one of the best hacking websites, if not the best. My friend told me to check it out, and I'm glad I did. It's unbelievably accurate and updated. You guys saved my life. Never fail to answer a question. My advice is to check this website daily. Now, the thing is, this is kind of weird how they have white, gray, and black hat hackers, because like usually, or the hats that people mention when they have hackers, right? Like white hat hackers are basically hackers that, hack for good. They basically find security loopholes and then report to the company. Like, for example, if, a hacker finds an iOS loophole, right? And it's like, oh, this can be used to hack an iPhone. Then they'll send it to Apple, just because they morally believe that's the right thing to do and they keep everyone else safe. Gray hat hackers can be both white and black. They really have no moral side to them or anything. Mostly more money driven, I guess you could say. Or, just on their own. They're just themselves. And black hat hackers are people that are there for a malicious reason. So if they find an iOS exploit, you bet they're going to sell it to some shady-ass shit. Or keep it so that when something major happens, they can get into, like, iCloud again and release the Fappening 4.0. But regardless, this is dedicated to complete all kinds of requests. The fact that they're working together, it's like, you're getting past some moral ambiguity, which is like, what are we doing this for, like, the money side of things? Like, what's going on? Now, after that, the weird thing about the site is that I feel like it's like contracting them to do hacks for you, but a lot of people down over here are writing like, this is a resource that helps you learn how to hack. So maybe that's the request people do, like, could you teach me how to hack? But then I would wonder, if you taught them your tricks, why the fuck would they hire you to do anything? But if you look but at the top of it, like their headers, like this is for Facebook hacking, DDoSing, phone hacking, and buying Bitcoin, or teaching you how to buy Bitcoin. So it's like one of those weird sites where I'm like, I think they took like 3 or 4 different sites of 3 or 4 different dubious natures, and like good natures, bad natures, and like fucking butt fuck them together until you got like this shit. Like I don't really know. All right, I don't want to know even further, but it seems kind of shady to me. Just saying. Let's go to another website. So we haven't looked at Quesuments Home in a while, dude. Don't think I had forgotten. Welcome to Quesuments Home. This is our little site that we're watching. We're gonna see if it reaches completion. We're gonna see how big of a deep website it becomes, because like I said before, a lot of these sites tend to come up and then they tend to die out like really quickly, just due to the fact that these websites, like I said, their health is very limited, or it's very long, depending on how things go. Like the deep web is like a shaky place to be on, right? Because, hosting sites can go down, they can go up. Some people just don't give a shit about hosting anymore, and so on and so forth. So this is Quesuments Home. Like I said, we've been looking. Now, the completion of the site, since about 2 weeks I haven't actually been on the deep web, because, I've been fucking off and doing other things, was 29%. So we're actually getting close to completion. Last time I think it was like, 10, 15%? Goals achieved so far: setting up Tor, creating the basic site, setting up forum, boosting forum performance, that's a new, free mail, so details at forum. So he made a free mail, alright? Like, this has got some free mail shit. Getting featured on the fucking YouTube. The defo check, thanks bro, you rock, fat ass shut. See that? Dude. I thought Quesument might have fucking hated me, but it's like, fat ass shout out to SomeOrdinaryGamers, his YouTube channel. Thank you, Quesuments. You are the boy. All right. I thought he would have fucking hated me because I was leading traffic over there. It could have been fucking malicious or something. It could have been like Muda-hard comments or some shit like that. But hey, for those people who went out over there, thank you for being all cool. Respect that shit. And thank you, Quesuments, for the shout out back. That's actually really cute. Nice. I like it. To do: set up free cloud, set up file sharing server, grow bigger than all the other sites already growing. About a short history lesson, read it, it's fun. So yeah, we've already read his history message. He's probably gonna upgrade this shit. I'm actually kind of jelly for the server rig. It's pretty damn good. It's not just like basic, dude. You're right. It's pretty damn badass, I gotta say. Let's go to Quesuments forum actually, which always will get updated, right? And we'll see just what new stuff we really find over there. And here it is loading up. Absolution v3. I don't think the backgrounds are. I think the art stuff is going to show up for later. But in that time, we've got 1 guest, 0 registered, 0 hidden. Most users ever online. We're still 2. Total posts 41. Members are 16, with newest members Doritos SJ. But here we have He Was Quesument, How I Got Here, Quesument. So here we actually, I don't think I've read this one. This is 10th of June 2017. Maybe I have, I don't know. He Was Quesument, blah, blah. I saw this site at 10% of its completion, and now it's at 18%. Good on you, Quesument. Oh, yeah, this is, I think we've read that before. If I go to How I Got Here, let me actually check this real quick. I watched some Ordinary Gamers video and decided to duck search Quesument's forum. I stumbled upon 2 links, Onion Casa and Onion Guide. The homepage works, but when you click on the forum, it shows an invalid certificate. To help clarify the right... Okay, so... Oh, so basically, yeah, the community's really kick-ass. You guys are actually helping him out and making the site. I really hope the site takes off, at least, This could at least be the new fucking, this could be the new, Intel exchange. I really goddamn hope. Well, I don't know if somebody wants that. Here you got some jokes going around over here. Vault 7 leak. Huh, this is interesting. What's Vault 7 leak? Oh, shit, dude. Oh, I don't know if I should let you guys, let y'all know. I don't know if I probably don't have to censor that shit out, but basically what Vault 7 is not too long ago, the actual programs the NSA had as a backdoor leak to a lot of products like Windows, iOS, Android, a lot of major backdoors that they kept to themselves were actually leaked, and now fucking ISIS and any terror network or anybody good, anybody bad could actually have these program tools, which is why I think at that time everyone just every manufacturer was like, oh shit, look to the back doors, updated real quick. These are actually legit tools that the NSA uses to check what the fuck is going on in your computer. They're actual exploits and backdoors, and from what I know, these ones are guaranteed to fucking work. This is a torrent file that leads you to it. Again, I believe Quesument obviously knows what the fuck he's leading to a torrent, so I believe full-heartedly that is somewhat of the archive. He says full archive download from here is still to come. Oh shit, Quesuments gonna fucking host it, dude. I don't know if the NSA will really like that, bro. And you know what? I love you, my boy, but I'm gonna have to back out of that because the NSA won't take too kindly to their software being sold off, or not sold off, just spread around. But hey, you know what I mean? It was only a matter of time. It got leaked, and like anybody bad and good has the ability to like fuck up and like get into your system. So if Microsoft, Apple, and like, you know, any other like manufacturer for your product releases an update, fucking download that update. Like, get on that shit ASAP, because it's a fucking security update, and you better stay on top of it, or else you're like, you could be compromised. I'm just saying. That is, I mean, you could be hacked anyways, like in any case, but like that one's like guaranteed. Like you gotta protect yourself. I'm just gonna warn you on from over there. All right, just make sure to get them security updates. So I think we've actually read this one. There's nothing really new coming onto the forum, so hey, I'll check back more and more as always on Google of Quesument. This is actually the site that's like our little favorite part of the deep web, but that being said, I'm going to get off it. It's great to be back. We'll always check on it every week. Let's go to a different website. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have God Hates Shrimps. You know, I don't really get people who know to claim what God really likes or hates, but that's a, you know, say God really does hate shrimp. That's an interesting thing to hate God. I mean, lots of people like shrimp. They taste pretty damn good. You know, I don't really know how, but let's go check into this. God hates shrimp. This is probably a fucking joke website, if anything. But hey, you know, we'll check it out. Shrimp, crab, lobster, clams, mussels are all an abomination before the Lord. Just as gays are an abomination. By the way, the views of this website are not represented by us. Let me make that a truth. Why stop at protesting gay marriage? Bring all of God's law onto the heathens and sodomites. We call upon all Christians to join the crusade against Long John Silver's and Red Lobster. Man, them Red Lobster got some good bread. I can't be against Red Lobster. I mean, I don't go there often, but hey, that bread is on top, boys. So I'm gonna stay into that. I don't give a shit what shrimps need to go. Yeah, even Popeye shall be cleansed. Okay. The name of Bubba? What? Oh boy. God damn it, I love it. Bubba hates shrimp, dude. God damn. Shall be an anathema. We must stop the unbelievers from destroying the sanctity of our restaurants. Leviticus 11:12 says, "These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, however hath fins and scales in the water. In the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the river, of all that moves in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall even be an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination." Okay. However hath no fins nor scales in the water, that shall be an abomination unto you. All right. Now I'm not an avid reader of the Bible. I have not read Leviticus. You know, I've never fucking really studied it. But I didn't know that this passage was in there. I feel like it's fucking being joked. I almost feel like it, but you know, by all fucking means, maybe it's legitimately in there. That's pretty fucking blatant, I guess, if that's the way. I don't really know, but. I mean, even in the sense, like, isn't it the fact that, like, lobsters, for example, like, aren't they of the same, like, family as cockroaches? I mean, I think God has a thing against eating, like, cockroaches, right? So it's like, maybe God has a thing against hey, lobsters and cockroaches, same fucking, but lobsters are delicious. Then again, hey, maybe cockroaches are fucking delicious too. I've never had one, never Googled what a cockroach tastes like. Probably will do it afterwards, I don't know. But let's see. Deuteronomy 14:9-10 says, "These ye shall eat all of these, and in the waters all have fins and scales shall ye eat, and whatsoever hath not fins and scales you may not eat, it is unclean to you." So you're basically eating the shit of the sea. If you like that. Yo, I like shrimps, I like mussels, I like clams. We have fucking, my family, we have like seafood bakes all the goddamn time. You know, we have people come over for that shit. You know, crack open some cold ones. So I'm gonna have to side with the shrimp side of things. I don't care. But I love you little JPEGs over here. Pinch the tail, suck the head, burn in hell. God hates shrimps. Sign made with the church sign maker. How do I feel like that is not the most abused page ever? And then all those macros are sent off to fucking like 8chan or 4chan or something, dude. That's probably what I expect, to be honest. Anyways, God hates shrimps, Leviticus 11:9-12. This is like another photo they have over here. Now they have the California Suppression Act. Yeah, we'll open that in a new fucking tab. Facebook users? No, I'm not into your Facebook shit. If I go to photos, these are protest photos. Here are some of the photos of brave, God-fearing souls who have made their voices heard in protest of the abomination that is shrimp eating. These are often obliged to infiltrate and counter-protest the more mainstream protest shrimp eaters who call themselves Christians. I don't really see anybody protesting, so hey, maybe nobody gives a shit too. Who knows? Shellfish Suppression Act. Can't fucking read tonight, can I? Shellfish Suppression Act. In April 2015, we filed an initiative proposal, the Shellfish Suppression Act, to ban shellfish in the state of California. You can read it here and provide any comments you might have on the proposal of the Attorney General at this page. We are legally prohibited from collecting signatures towards its passage until the owner produces a title and summary for the proposal, which should be on approximately... They actually went... Dude, this is real. They actually went to the government of California for this. Oh my god. I would love to have a fucking job at the government sometimes, dude. Like, to get shit like this... Like, if some dude came up to me with an act like that, I'd, like, read it, and then I'd, like, go to the photocopier, make, like, 15 photocopies, and then I'd go to the bar with the buddies, and I'd sit down and be like, let's just fucking read this shit together. And have, like, just so you can make it all the way through, past all the cringy lines, without succumbing to liver poisoning. Just saying. Anyways, let's go check the download section there. Oh, they got some banners for you to download. Look at that. Red Lobster Popeye. Abomination. God hates shrimp. Suck the head. Wait, burn in hell. When Jesus died for your sins, we wore a throne of crowns. Not a lobster bib. The only thing hotter than a 12-piece shrimp is hell. God damn, dude. They did not. They went all the way. If this is a joke, you guys went all the fucking way. As you may have realized, yeah, the site's a parody. It is meant to poke fun at people like Fred Phelps. I knew it was a fucking parody. There's no way people were doing it. It obviously means they didn't go to the state of California. People who protest against gay people and gay marriage, yeah, they're definitely mentioned. So yeah, for those of you who don't know who Fred Phelps is, you're probably not American, I guess. He's the guy who runs, or used to run, I think he's dead now, ran the Westboro Baptist Church. They were the ones who were making the God hates, what was it, God hates fags or something like that. Yeah, he had that whole, like, fucking sign or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, they were and then, like, for anything, it's like, God hates, like, America, God hates not, like, God loves 9/11, I think that's what one of them fucking was, dude. It was, like, basically what they were they were just, like, wannabe trolls, but they were retarded, and people fell for it, but hey, you know, I'm gonna back out of that. That's none of my concern, regardless, so that's who we're talking about. And over here, we're kind of mentioning... You know, they're going off on their own political tangent. I don't really fuck with this shit. Please don't turn the comment section to a turf war. Like I said, at the end of the day, look, man, I just go on the stuff. I make jokes. That's about it. Let's back out. Let's not extend this any further. And let's go see some other shit. So here we got our deep web video of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Some Minecraft pixely fucking shit. Now I know sometimes we get some good quality, sometimes we get some really dubious ass shit. Today we've got that dubious quality life. So with that all being said, we're gonna hit play. This is about 45 seconds long, 15 seconds below the average I keep personally, although I believe the average probably went down to like 50 seconds. We're gonna go in and see what this video really contains. So let's hit play, see what it's all about. Actually move this to the very first frame, hit play. Okay, let me do one smart thing, actually. Let me actually bring up the fucking sound on my computer real quick, because this is fucking bad. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is our deep web video of the week, 45 seconds long, keeping the average of 1 minute well above, even though I think the average should be like 50 seconds. We've got lovely Minecraft vision. As you can see, we can actually count the individual pixels. Though, that being said, I'm going to actually play the video, and we'll analyze it as we go on, as we always have, see what we've got going on. Let's hit and play, see what we got. A little glitch there. Alright. Okay. We seem to have somebody sitting under the desk. What the fuck? Alright, I love how I can see what the pixels are. Window? Somebody, oh, fucking hell! Somebody was there, what the fuck? something in the window now too. You see that? Okay, VHS effects. Okay, you have... Is the person... What the fuck? Was that person naked? What the hell was that shit? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have a 45-second video that actually had a lot more going on than anything else that I've ever fucking seen on the series, really. Let's actually go by, give a little play-by-play before we end up getting out. As you can see, the intro over here is very under a desk, Minecraft-oriented. Then we got like an actual shot of it where it's like it's lit up. Whatever. This is definitely a fucking art project. First of all, let's make that fact abundantly clear. It's an art project. Interesting art project, nonetheless. You got a lovely shitty. So I hate these fucking things. Like, this is why you dry heave, because it almost makes you feel like I can smell it. I hate the fucking smell. It's like this nutty fucking. It's like, you know the smell of like a fucking like fart where it's like sweet shitty smelling. It's that. Fuck, dude. Anyways. You got this person under the desk, very slim person it seems, and as you go on forward, it like starts to like they turn their head around. You can like see a little bit of that face, but again, it's in Minecraft pixel mode, so what the fuck are you really gonna do, right? There's not much to go off of. Then like over here, you have like this person talking, right? Like you got this shit going on. This is like what freaked me out because again. You're in Minecraft. This is like Minecraft story mode, season fucking 2. You can't see shit. It's blocks, blocky block. And you see this person's like, they all got like masks on. And then like towards the end as you play it, like this person keeps showing up, keep disappearing, nice editing. But like over here you see somebody walk in. Video even zooms in for you to let you know something's out there. And then like, that's really about it. And then like you get the VHS filters. And then the end you have to look at like this person, very petite. I don't know if it's like a girl or not. It kind of seems like it could be a girl. And then, like, it's got this, like, stop motion, like, viewing to it. And then, like, you zoom in, you like, see somebody here. If I go, like, a frame back, you, like, see somebody move their, like, lips around, too. And it's, like, very, like, you see it, like, down into the mouth, too. Like, it's almost, like, they're not wearing a mask. It's, like, actually their face. And that's it. It just, like, fucking, it cuts off. But before it cuts off, it's got, like, 2 seconds of, like, I think walking in a fucking hallway. And then, like, it just brightens up and that's it. The thing is, the definition of the video is too small for me to really take a gander at a lot of things. And that's sort of what you expect. It's not like I'm going to get 4K footage. Obviously not. But even with what I have, it's just hard to fucking work with. You know what I mean? So, that's really all I can say about this given situation. What the fuck are they found? Oh, Nintendo Switch stuff. But it's not like I can really say much more about this video on the fact that what it is what it is. It's a low-definition art project, but it's probably the one that has the most going on. A lot of these are just like pans and like, you know, still like, you know, shots on like forest imagery and crap, but with like really weird music in the back. This is almost the same, but it's got that weird like face mask shit going on. I would like to see more of this because it genuinely did have me intrigued. Almost actually fucking scared me. I believe it was this point that I thought I was going to get a fucking screamer, but 108 episodes in have not gotten one screamer, I believe. Though with that said, we're going to back off. We're going to get out of this and just take a gander at some other stuff. So this is Of Men and Monsters. Are CP, child pornography, incest, and other taboos really misunderstood? Alright, this is going to be a site that tests me and tests some other people watching, I guess, to an extent. So let's go read some of this. Are some things really as bad as we make them out to be? Everybody has their opinion about everything. Some we develop ourselves based on our experiences, while others are created through our associations with others. Our thoughts on subjects are not always agreed upon, and often are not even right. Despite the popular opinion about them, sometimes we're even willing to throw out scientific data and sheer common sense to justify our beliefs. The goal of the site is to bring up valid arguments and ideas that do tend to favor some of these subjects. The site in no way condones taking illegal actions. Alright, so this is a freenet site. They don't agree with any of this kind of shit, but they give you the devil's advocate side. I mean, I guess, heck, fuck, I'll give it a read. I mean, I popped upon it anyways, might as well see it. But rather to give an analytical look at things, blah, 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 blah. If you are overly sensitive about such subjects, then you have two options. First is leave the site right now. The second is to read before you and judge the content for yourself. Alright, I guess we'll look into it. What the fuck do you want to see? Incest, bestiality, child porn. What is the more section? Like, what the fuck? What is a taboo? Alright, I guess this is just taken over. What is the incest? Of course you know what incest is. Let me start by saying that I'm not trying to tell anybody that they should immediately go and have sex with or marry their relative. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's start with the religious approach. The first people to attack incest are those in the Christian church. They will cite scripture or make up some crazy reason if they can't find any as to why it's spiritually and morally wrong. I can't read. However, what they will leave out are the various times in the Bible where incest is committed and no judgment was placed by God or anyone else. All right. I don't know that. This is actually new stuff to me. Now, here's the thing. For me, the only wait, it mentions it right here. It's agreed scientifically that producing offspring within close parameters of the bloodline could result in children with birth defects. That's fucking true. All right. Not only like if I had a sister, like I'm not gonna go fuck my sister. That's just weird. Like you grew up with that person, right? Like it's just wrong. Like it's like you. It's like fucking yourself. Like, are you narcissistic? No, it's just it's weird, man. All right. I met a few children born from these type of relationships, and none of them have any issues. I've never personally met any children with defects that were born out of these circumstances that I know of, but I doubt there are enough to honestly justify this thought as long as the interbreeding doesn't continue consistently. After all, we do the same with other animals quite often to ensure their pets or herds remain pedigree. Even in the healthiest of breeding conditions, many children are still born with conditions that we do everything in our power to avoid. Here's the reality of that situation, though, too. A lot of people, like, there used to be, like, the fact that a lot of rich people, like, lots of rich families, would keep their bloodline, like, intact. It wasn't even just, like, a money thing, too. Like, they didn't want to just keep their money intact. If I can just restart the fucking camera there, I, like, fucking stopped recording. I was going off on a tangent, but, like, there are lots of families out there that will do this. Like they will fuck their siblings and they'll do all that, like cousins and all that shit, just to keep their bloodline closed up, or the fact that they don't trust anyone to bring in. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into the fact though. I don't really side with that shit. I ain't gonna start fucking people that I grew up with, but it was a legit thing. Like people did that to keep their bloodlines pure rather than introduce newer things. Even though you should to keep the gene pool healthy. Otherwise, you start having 3 testicles and fucking 1 eye and, like, 2 scars going down your nipples. Let's go into bestiality. All right, let's look animal love. Another look at a popular fetish. Oh, man, people who fuck animals, though. What is it that draws people to have sex with their pets? Severe loneliness. What is it that makes people drawn to watch these acts as opposed to depravity? Yeah, dude, like, some of these, like, animal sex videos can be fucked up, aren't they? Like, isn't it like chicks fuck horses and shit? Like, have you fucking seen a horse penis in your life? Like, that thing is that thing is like big, dude. That's going into like one like petite ass chick. I don't believe that shit. That's fucking. Alright, let's go into this. Let's face it, we're all animals in one way or another. Just like our friends in the animal kingdom, we all have 3 absolute needs: food, water, and sex. As to why we need food and water, the answers are completely obvious. Yeah, we need to live. As for sex, this can sometimes be more complicated. Nearly every animal in the world, with a few exceptions, must mate in order to continue the survival of the species. I've come to the conclusion that some species, especially the males in those species, will hump just about anything just because they learned that it feels really good. You know, I kind of wonder, too, like, don't you see, like, animals fucking, like, other animals, like, that aren't in their species? Is it also bestiality for them, too? Like, isn't it, like, fucking dogs will, like, fuck cats or something, or they'll even go gay if they have to? Like, they'll just fuck anything at some point. Anyways, on the other hand, many animals are pack animals by nature, and a pack must have a leader, a dominant figure. Most dogs, even when kept as pets, maintain at least some semblance of that pack mentality. Even if this is just a pack or two, the dog and its owner. Have you ever had a dog try to hump your leg? No, I've never owned a dog, so I've never had a dog try to fucking fuck my leg, but, you know. There's a first time for everything, ain't there? In most cases, it's not doing it because it's horny. It's attempting to tell you that he or she is a boss around here. It's imposing its dominance by, like, trying to fuck my leg, dude. Alright, so what does it have to do with bestiality? And simple, especially in cases of women. Animal owners often get very close to their pets, especially true for women and their loyal, loving dogs. Let's face it, a woman has needs, and there might not always be a man around to satiate those needs. The dog, however, she already has a special relationship with Fido. She loves this. Is getting steamy. She loves Fido nearly as much as her own boyfriend or husband. So what's to say that she can't show that love in other ways? After all, if the dog is big enough, it would, in most cases, love to say, hey, I can take charge. I think one reason this is the way it has to be is due to curiosity at a young age. When we reach a certain age, we begin getting curious about our bodies and about sex. For girls who have grown up in a home with dogs, especially, it is not all uncommon for a girl to coax the dog into shoving its nose between her leg and lapping away. I would think that if we didn't have to worry about the dog biting our dicks off, more boys would probably do the same thing. As for boys actually having sex with a female pet, I don't think this happens quite as often, but I'm certain it does. It probably happens more often than you think. There's some guys out there, especially in high school, that'll fuck anything with a pulse. Alright? Pulse optional at times, I don't even know. So, hey. But that's kind of true, though, you know? That's fucked up, though. Imagine if you're with a girl for, like, 15 years, and you find out for, like, at least 12 of those years she's been fucking the family dog. Damn! Damn it! Alright, here's child porn, an alternative view. No way condoning, obviously not. The concept of child porn has long been considered an abomination in much of Western culture. It is considered by many to be a dire sin and has been outlawed in many countries. I think it's outlawed globally, if anything, right? There's only a few countries that really don't have governments where it's not outlawed. As argument, many in the U.S. and parts of Europe want to protect the rights of certain religious cultures in which marrying a girl as young as 9 years old is perfectly acceptable and quite common. Ugh. Oof, marrying a girl, that's fucking weird, dude. Nah, dude. It's weird to, like, fucking, I don't know, dude. That's just some, that's just some, shit, dude. Nah, that can't be legal. Come on now. There's no indisputable proof that viewing child porn causes child abuse. On the contrary, some countries have no laws or have limited laws in regard to CP. Some of these countries include Indonesia, Jamaica, Thailand, Singapore, and even Holy Vatican City. Finland and Japan had both a period where CP was legalized. During that time, child abuse and rape actually decreased after legislation. I didn't know Japan actually had a period. I didn't know Finland and Japan actually had a period where that was legalized. That's interesting, actually. But hey, you know, considering fucking Japan and their weird ass sex, maybe, right? Maybe that's the case. I'm just going to go through. CP showing girls between 13 should, of course, not be allowed to be distributed if the girl involved is showing sexual contact. So, on the other hand, would not be such an evil thing. I keep using girls as a generalization. I know some people prefer blah, blah, blah. So, their argument is that in some cases where by legalizing, or at least not criminalizing it as much, it's actually made situations regarding the negative impact towards children better. I personally don't agree with this at all. I think that, of course, child pornography should be illegalized. Obviously, somebody that is somebody that is fucking less than 18, which we consider to be the healthy age where you become an adult, you make your own decisions, should not be exposed like that. It's, you know, it's just, you leave that to when people are adults, right? But I'm not going to get on a soapbox. I feel like most of the people watching share the similar viewpoint that I have, and I don't want to get all political about it too. So regardless, this site was of Men and Monsters. I think I spent way too much time on this than I should have really needed to. The more section doesn't really load up, so I don't really know what more we can learn about this, but it's an interesting article on taboos, and it's got a whole site for it, and obviously you can tell why it's on the freenet, because this does share devil advocate unpopular opinions on very risque topics, so again, it's understandable. That being said, I don't really need to know too much more about this. I'm going to go back out and check something else out. The National Rifle Association. This is on Freenet, hashtag share the safety. So for those of you who don't know who the National Rifle Association is, they're a political activist group in America which really pushes the Second Amendment, and it's like, you know, they really push the fact that they're very pro-gun individuals. Myself, I like weapons, I like guns. I'm not going to go into the political side of it. You know, I've definitely... You know, I have been a gun owner. I like firearms. I think they're great, you know, but I'm not getting into the politics side of it. Let's leave that out of here. Freedom shouldn't be a privilege of the few. See photos and videos from the June 22nd announcement. So what is this? Buy a gun, give a gun to an American at an at-risk neighborhood. That's like slightly racist-y, isn't it? Like, fucking, what is an at-risk neighborhood, motherfucker? What, Compton or some shit like that? What are we talking? What are you talking, Flint, Michigan or something? What the fuck? You know how important it is to protect your family, but you may not know that some of America's poorest citizens cannot afford to arm themselves. That's true, guns aren't exactly the cheapest of fucking products, right? Against those who would limit their freedoms. That's why the National Rifle Association is proud to partner with Smith & Wesson to share the safe... What? You're gonna buy a gun, give a gun? What is this, dude? What the fuck? Are we donating? Motherfuckers, this has to be a joke. Here you have like a bunch of people in like what is a BuzzFeed-esque photo with like, yeah, this is definitely like something BuzzFeed would fucking push out on their website. We're all in this together. They're all strapped like a motherfucker, dude. What you're not seeing is the MP5s and the fucking Glock 17s right there, dude. I was shocked. Okay, so here we got some stuff. Sam Stevenson. Boy, that's fun. I was shopping for a gun for myself, but when I realized I could take advantage of this new program, I was excited to get on board. I need to defend myself and my family, but it's great that I can help a good guy defend himself in the process. Lamar Roberts says, now I can protect myself. I've lived in Chicago my whole life, and it's... Oh, dude, what? Chicago, what, isn't it like fucking every 20, 30 minutes, like there's a shooting down there, dude? Fuck. I live in Chicago my whole life, and it seems like every year, more and more people in my neighborhood get shot and killed by security guards, cops, and vigilantes. The only way to be sure you survive is to defend yourself. And I'm grateful to finally be able to do that. I don't understand, like, wait, on the 4th of July 26, oh, this is some old shit. The Share the Safety Buy One Give One program will begin helping thousands of poorer families and individuals defend themselves against institutional or other violence. Whether you're struggling to get the means to protect yourself or are simply eager to give to the less fortunate. All right, so let them know. So basically, you buy yourself a Smith and Wesson. You're arming some other dude. These days, the most endangered species is the law-abiding American citizen. All right, dude. You're kind of equating America to like fucking what? Urban Syria right now? Calm down, dude. A lot more dangerous places than just America. Especially the ones who live in the poorer urban center. As profiling institutional prejudice endanger the urban poor, politicians work to restrain their ability to protect themselves. It's more important than ever to defend our rights and stand our ground. Won't you help those who can't afford to? The National Rifle Association is proud to pronounce with Smith & Wesson to share the safety, the revolutionary Buy One Give One program that serves to protect your loved ones, plus an at-risk family in one of our country's most vulnerable neighborhoods. Sign me up. You know, there's the thing, NRA, if you're going to give guns to somebody, can we also have gun safety and training courses? Like, I'll be honest with you, I've seen a lot of people who should not be fucking gun owners, dude. I've seen one dude, like, they hold their gun, like, you see the biggest fucking, they hold their fucking guns with, like, their finger in the trigger. No, trigger fucking etiquette, retards. And then, like, some people don't even know how to fucking, like, load the pistol, too. Like, I've seen one dude, like, fucking, like just point a Glock straight and, like, try to unload. I'm like, you don't do that, dude. Anyways, my tangent's going off. That was a weird tangent for me to get off of. Sorry for that. You get me on guns, I get fired up. Our outreach neighborhoods, they are just some of our neighborhoods most in need, places in America too impoverished to afford effective self. So basically, what they're fucking going on about is, you buy a gun from them, or Smith and or through this program, then you're buying guns for people. Now, I don't believe this is real. It's probably a fucking joke, especially with the way the site looks. It's like one of those default sites. So what they're selling is the 1911. That's good. That's a very good firearm, 45 ACP. The M&P and the Governor. I think out of that, I'd rather just get the 1911. The 1911's a fucking solid pistol. But regardless, I think this is definitely fake. It's not this easy to get a fucking... Well, actually, it's easier to get a gun in America, let's be honest. But, the NRA... I believe I would have heard of the Share the Safety program. Fuck, I feel like I've almost even seen this site too. But then again, the BuzzFeed picture doesn't really help over here. Regardless, though, this is a site on the Freenet side of things. So, hey, if you want to help give a gun to the needy... You got it. The NRA's got you covered, buddy. It's all we can really fucking say about this. Let's get out and see something else, ladies and gentlemen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another episode of Deep Web Browsing, Dank Web Browsing, whatever you want to call it, the series where we take a look at the side of the internet, it's a little too dank for regular viewing. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Very interesting stuff we've covered, different things. Some of the ones were more politically charged. I think it was all generally politically charged, but it was interesting because we got to see a wide array of things, very varied stuff. With that said, let me know what you think about this episode. Let me think what we can change to make this series better. And if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it. This is me, Mudahar, and I am out.